Hello. So, assuming you read the title of this video, you'll know that I'm starting a new project. I'm going to be building a Mars rover. Of course, it's not actually going to Mars, but the goal would be to build a rover that has the abilities can perform abilities similar to ones of the NASA Mars rovers. So yeah, that's the Mars rover. Now, in this video, I'm going to be building the robotic arm part. So this is what I came up with. I want to have a motor, a geared motor, connected to a threaded rod on the arm. Then that connects to a nut so it can push the arm up and down. There's going to be another one here. Then a claw for manipulating objects, and then a wrist that rotates. Then the entire base will rotate as well. So let's get started.
Like that.
So, I haven't touched pretty much at all on the claw design, and I'm not really going to in this video, just because it took me multiple tries and it's kind of hard to film that many times. But this is what I came up with. So a threaded rod with a nut on the back end of this, and then one guide rail. And this will slide across that base and close the claw. Right now I'm just using a drill to show, but it's also very slow, and the motor I'm using is also probably going to be slower than my drill, so this probably won't be the final design, but this is what I've got for now. It has a lot of power, but one problem is once it's under high stress, it tends for its jaws to basically fold open like that. But it's not too bad, and it can hold up to pretty high amounts of stress. So that's what I'm using for now. So I just ordered the motors that are going to power the arm, and while I wait for them to get here, I'll explain the electronics. So to drive the motors, well, first of all, the entire thing runs off of this Arduino Mega. Then the two wires run to here. This is an L298N motor driver. It's being run off of a 12 volt, 1.3 amp hour battery. It's just for a drill. runs through there, and then I can control the motor directly off of the Arduino. So the easiest way for me to show that is just to unplug the ground wire, then put it in, and then as you can see, it's hard to see, but I'm actually changing the direction of the motor every couple seconds. So that's pretty much it. Then that's going to control each joint as well as the 4 motors that are going to be attached to the wheels. Okay, the motors that are just came in. How I'm mounting them on is I'm going to mount them on a swivel here. Then there's a coupler and a threaded rod that leads to the nut up here. So when the motor spins, it moves the arm up and down. I'm just going to short it with a battery to show you in action. As you can see, it's lifting up the arm. And then basically I can use the motor drivers in the Arduino to control this all. So as you can probably see, I added another piece of power to the joint. So this joint moves like that. I got the coupler a little off, so it's a bit shaky, but it's fine for now. You also might notice I cut a bit off the end of this, and that I have a different battery. So this is a battery I'm actually going to use to power it, and it has a lot of power. Probably more than I should be putting into these motors, but they're very cheap if they do burn out, and they're kind of necessary to get the power that I want. So I'm not going to hook this up to the electronics in this video. That'll probably happen in the third video. I think I'm going to make a 4-part series on this. One, building the main structure of the arm. The next one will be building the rover. The third one will be adding electronics to all of it, getting it to run, adding all the special features that I want, and then the final video will probably be testing it. So if you enjoyed this, stay tuned for those. See you then.